Hare Krishna, Arjun Sakha Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
So nice. Hari Bol Prabhu, you got the second initiation.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for your blessings, Mataji.
Also, Mataji and you. So nice to see the picture. Very nice, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. So we'll be starting Prabhu now.
Yes, Prabhu. You are asking to share the screen, Prabhu. Is it possible for you to share the screen?
Yeah, I can share that. I'm already in this screen only. If you allow me, I can share.
Okay. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. We are very fortunate to have the association of Grace Arjun Sakha Prabhu, who will be sharing the nectar from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 5, chapter number 26, Loka number 36. Thank you, Prabhuji. Over to you, Prabhu. And congratulations, Prabhu, for your second initiation.
Thank you. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Just immediately after the second initiation, this will be a remarkable day for me, I'm for sure. And I'll try to justify the verses that Sukdev Goswami has recited here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tado Jayat Muduraye Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulangayate Girim Jatkrupatamaham Vande Sri Guru Dinatarine Shunyatam Sukatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hrudayantasto Vadrani Bidhunoti Sruhutsutam Nashtaprayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shlokir Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. I welcome all of you. So we'll be reciting the verse Canto 5, chapter 26, and verse number 36. Am I right, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. A description of the hellish planet that we have been continuing listening about the hellish planet for quite a long time now. And this is not a poetic verse, this is a prose form. So I'll not be able to read this. Let me go by word. Yatu ihava adhya abhimatti yaha, any person who, tu, but, iha, in this world, va, or, adhya abhimati, proud because of wealth, ahankriti, egoistic, triya prekshanaha, whose vision is crooked, sarvataha avivisanki, all is fearful of being cheated by others, even by superiors. Arthavyashanasha chintaya, by the thought of expenditure and loss. Parishuyamana, dried up. Hrudaya vadana, his heart and face. Nirbritrim, happiness. Anavagata, not obtaining. Graha, a ghost. Eva, like. Artham, wealth. Abhirashakti, protects. Shaha, he. Cha, also. Api, indeed. Pritya, after dying. Tat, of all those riches. Utpadana, of the earrings. Utkarshana, increasing. Samarkshana, protecting. Sangrakshana, protecting. Samalagraha, accepting the sinful activities. Suchimukhi, named Suchimukha, Narake, in the hell. Nipatati, falls down. Yatra, where. Iha, indeed. Pittagraham as a money-grabbing ghost, Papa Purusham, very sinful man, Dharmaraj Purusha, the commanding man of Yamaraja, Vyakhya like expert weavers, Sarvattaha all over, Angeshu on the limbs of the body, Sutriha by thread, Parivaryanti stitches. Please read and listen it very careful. This is very, 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 very what precarious situation it is described here, and we should be careful about this. Translation: one who in this world or this life is very proud of his wealth always think, I am so rich. Who can equal me? His vision is twisted and is always afraid that someone will take his wealth. Indeed, he even suspects his superiors. His face and heart dry up at the thought of losing his wealth, and therefore he always looks like a wretched fiend. He is not in any way able to obtain actual happiness, and he does not know that it is to be free from anxiety because of the sinful things he does to earn money, augment his wealth, and protect it. He is put into the hell called Suchimukha, where the official of Jamaraj punishes him by stitching thread through the entire body like weavers manufacturing cloth. I'm so sorry I have not shared this yet. My apologies. I hope you can see my screen now. Hare Krishna Mataji, Prabhuji. I hope you can screen.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Now the purport by Srila Prabhupada. When one possesses more wealth than necessary, he certainly become very proud. This is the situation of a man in modern civilization. According to the Vedic culture, Brahmanas do not possess anything, whereas Kshatriya possesses riches, but only for performing sacrifices and other noble activities as prescribed in Vedic injunction. A Vaishya also earns money honestly through agriculture, cow protections, and some trade. If a Sudra gets money, however, he will spend it lavishly without discrimination or simply accumulate it for no purpose. Because in this age, there are no qualified Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, or Vaishyas. Almost everyone is Sudra, Kalo Shudra Shambhava. Therefore, the Sudra mentality is causing great harms to modern civilization. A Sudra does not know how to use money to render transcendental loving services to the Lord. Money is also called Lakshmi, and Lakshmi is always engaged in the service of Narayana. Whereas there is money, wherever there is money, it must be engaged in the service of Lord Narayana. Everyone should use his money to spread the great transcendental movement of Krishna consciousness. If one does not spend money for the purpose, but accumulate more than necessary, he will certainly become proud of the money he illegally possesses. The money actually belongs to Krishna, who says in Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Bhuktaraham Jagyat Pasham Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. I am the true enjoyer of the sacrifice of the Panasis, and I am the owner of all planets. Therefore, nothing belongs to anyone but Krishna. One who possesses more money than he needs, to spend it for Krishna. Unless one does so, he'll become popped up because of his false position, and therefore he will be punished in the next life described herein. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Jenam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Shupadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavan Shamsha Sri Rupam Shagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vidam Tam Sajivam सद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखादितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पंचतत्त्वात्मकः कृष्ण भक्तरूपस्वरूपकम् भक्त अवतारं भक्ताक्षं नमामि भक्तसत्तिकम् हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे Hare Krishna. So here we are hearing, can you say it, the glories of the hellish planets, right? How they are, here it is described about the 26 hellish planets altogether. We have gone through many. And Shamukha, Sunmukha, the planet that we are talking about, and who will be placed? The greedy people, those who are accumulating more money than necessary. And when you are doing so, when you are accumulating money but not exactly utilizing that money in the service of the Lord, what will happen? There are two things that happen. There are many things it has been described here, and this is the characteristics of the Alice mentality. Hrudaya vadana, nibrittim, happiness, anavagataha, not obtaining, happiness not obtaining, right? Like ghost, graha, grahya, you are captured, captivated by a ghost, as if you are captivated by ghost. Sarvatah Abhivisamki, always fearful of being cheated by others. Ahankriti, egoistic, always in the level of ego. And most importantly, Adya Avimatihi. Adya Avimatihi. This is always in the pride, state of pride. And this is, if you look at this is the condition. If you hear about Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Naradhama, the word used, Naradhama. And these are the some of the symptoms and characteristics of the word Naradhama. Maya upahruta jnanam asurim upamasrita aham mameti siddho aham sukhi balaban. मैं बलवान हूं, I'm strong, I'm Siddha, I'm powerful. Nobody is happier than me. And aham mameti, I'm myself. Because everything comes from me, all the vala, the strength, everything accumulated by me, generated by me, the falsehood. I'm the master of the universe. And this is very, very dangerous situation for any of the Atma. And Krishna always gives the cautious to all of us in Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, Uddhare Atmanam Atmanam, Natmanam Avashadayet, Atmano hi Atmanor Bandhu, Atmano Ripuratmana. And if you are in this position, like always in the pride, the state of pride, because of the accumulation of the wealth that you did for your personal endeavor, though at the background that is nothing but the mercy of demigods and the Lord, because of your sukruti that you accumulated. But always you think that I accumulated it, I generated this wealth because of my strength, because of the intelligence, because of my knowledge, because of I am this, I am this, I am this. And that's why you'll be put into this hell called Suchimukha. Suchimukha. And what will be, how the punishment will be stitching your body, because the body will be given, right? We must be wondering, that means once the body is gone, the pride people will say, Vasibhutasya dehasya kutah punaragamanam bhavet. Once the body is gone, once I'm done, once I'm died, Then where is the body? There is no other body. Where is the life? There is no life. So we understand that this is Duryodhana's teaching. What is Duryodhana's teaching? This life, those who are following the footstep of Duryodhana, they learn this. Runam krutva ghrutam pivet, javat jivet sukham jigvet, vasibhutasya dehasya kutah punaragaman bhavet. Who knows what will happen after this life when we are dead? Who sees that body? The body is gone. The Atma will be going somewhere. Who knows whether the Atma exists or not? I don't know. So whenever I have the time, whatever time I have given, whatever body that I have given, I should enjoy. How will enjoy? Rudam krutva ghrutam pipit. Ghrutam is what is ghrutam? Ghrutam is prosperity, synonyms of prosperity. That we are always enjoying this beauty of the ghee. कहा जाता है हिंदी में चारों उंगली घी में मतलब and such you are just engrossed in prosperity, highly wealth, accumulated lots of wealth. चारों उंगली घी में. So Duryodhan says, Runam krutva ghrutam pivet, javat jivet sukham jivet. Whatever time that you have, enjoy lavishly. Sukham jivet. Vasibhutasya dehasya kutah punaragaman bhavet. Who knows after what is happening after the death? This is hellish mentality. This is demonic mentality. And who can lead this demonic mentality? Naradhama. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Lord says, Naradhama. And this is how Prabhupada also says the whole of the world is popped off today because they consider themselves as the master. Aham mameti. I am the master. I am the doer. I am the doer. It is happening because of me. But this is very extremely contradictory, the Vaishnava principle. The contradiction to the principle Prabhupada or Acharyas, our Acharyas has instructed us. And that's why Krishna instructed us, Kama Esha Krudha Esha. This is the cause of these particular three things. Kama Esha Krudha Esha Rajoguna Samudbhava. When we are dwelling in Rajoguna, empowered by Tamoguna, but dwelling in Rajoguna, what is the symptoms? Kama Esha Krudha Esha. Because of the desire, unlimited desire, because of the uncontrolled desire. That's why it is leading to uncontrolled anger. Kama esa, krodha esa. And this is happening because of this association with the Rajoguna. And because of that, what happens? We are falling down towards hellish condition. Mahashayani, Mahapapa. And it is forcing us towards the Papa. And these are the characteristics of the hellish lifestyle. Always been anxiety, always been a fearful state. Somebody must snatch away my wealth that I have been accumulating for a long time. I put so much effort to accumulate this wealth, but I'm fearful somebody may take away. I may lose my position, another anxiety. I may lose my condition of living, the comfort that I'm living, the kind of enjoyment that I am doing. I may lose someday. And that's why this is also very difficult situation for a human being to move out of the situation. That's why Krishna always wants us to understand this situation. And he given the responsibility, the two responsibility he has given. Be careful, be careful. Never allow the first responsibility Krishna wants us to take care of. What is that first one? Uddharet atmanam atmanam. With your mind, deliver yourself. With your mind, deliver yourself. The very first responsibility. And what is the second responsibility? This is more important than the first one. Na atmanam abashadayet. Never allow your atman, your atma, to fall down. They fall down to the hellish condition. And this is why this is the condition is all up and down is happening because of what? Because of the association. Karana guna shangasya sat asat janma jonishu. The hell and heaven, the hell and Vaikuntha, the hell and Golok Vrindavan, the 26 kinds of hellish conditions that will be punished will all because of only one condition, only one cause. What is the cause? Karana Gunasangasya. Sat Sat Janma Jonishu. Prabhupada very, very, very carefully, he given us this instruction at the last deathbed. Always, always, always dwell in the good sattvic association. Always dwell in sattvic association. This is the instruction Prabhupada given at the last time of his departure. Very cautiously, he instructed us. Always, always, always seek for devotee association. Never allow yourself to be associated with bad people. Avoid bad association. So this is the first responsibility of a human being, to take care of the own self. And that we can take care, how we can do? By making a choice with a discriminating faculty that is called buddhi, where to associate and where not to associate. And Prahlad Maharaj also says, Sada samudbigdam dhyata satrihat. Because we are beholding the untruth, we are beholding the untruth in our mind. That's why we are always in the state of samudbigdam, always in the state of anxiety, always in the state of anxiety. And that is the situation of the conditioned soul. And that is, you see, everywhere it is there, right? Particularly in this age, the state that we are all being, the way that the throat competition is happening all around. The uncertainty is this only certainty. Uncertainty is the only certainty. We don't know what will be happening tomorrow. We don't know about our livelihood. We don't know about the situation. Somebody might be cheat away, or maybe somebody will hug us. And it is always there is dangerous. And Prabhupada says, unless you are shielded, Prabhupada says it, and very carefully he has given this instruction, unless you are shielded, protected by the devotees association, you are always in danger. The Maya is lust looking for the moments by moment. And the moment Maya can see there is something loose, some loose connection is there, the Maya will grab you. And that is the points where we capture our attention to somewhere else in the material world. And this is the seed for our falling down. As beautifully described in Bhagavad Gita, how we fall down. Dhyayato vishayan punsam sangam teshu pajayate. We just capture something in our mind that get attented. We got attracted by something, by material affluences. We got attracted by material glittery. And once we get attracted, that attraction will get captivated in our mind, that get captured in our mind. Dhyayatu Vishaya, that Vishaya subject is get implanted in our mind. And once it is implanted, Sangam Teshu Pajayate, we are getting associated with that particular things because it is associated with Rajasic and Tamasic things. And that's get associated with our mind. Sangat Sanchayate Kamat. And because of that association, and that's why Krishna says towards the 18th chapter, Karana Guna Sangasya, because you started getting associated with the Rajasic Guna. Now what will happen? Kama, the desire will come up. And Krishna says in chapter 4, what is Kama Esha Krudesha Rajoguna Samudbhava? And that is the first gate. Kama, desire is the first gate for the hell. And how we are opening the gate? Because just we are getting associated with the Rajasic desire. Kama, the desire get generated. Krodhat, what is happening? Dhyayato Vishayan Punsam Sangam Teshu Pajayate Sangat Sanchayate Kamat Kamat Krodha Avijayate. And because that is not been fulfilled, the desire is not fulfilled. We put a lot of efforts, that desire got foiled and failed. That could not, the effort got failed, foiled by somebody's circumstances, we get hesitated. Krodhat, that krodha, the anger start coming up, the frustration coming up. Krodhat labhuti shammoha. And thereafter, what happens? There are two things happens. If the desire get fulfilled, what happens? The greed will come up. This time I got this one. I'll put more efforts, so I'll be getting this one. The more and more achievement, the more and more efforts, and the greediness. I become this. I want to be a manager. I become manager. Once you become manager, you never be satisfied with manager. You become a general manager. Once you become general manager, you will not be satisfied. You want to be president, vice president. Once you become a vice president, you want to be director or maybe something CEO. So the desire is keep on coming, 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 and you're putting efforts and efforts and efforts. And every time that you're putting efforts, that greediness will come up. And if it is not getting fulfilled, there are two sides of the coin, but both the sides are danger. And even both the sides leads us to hell, to hellish condition. Krodhat labhuti shammoha. And because of this krodha, the sammoha, the deep, deep attachment will come in. Suppose you achieve something, and if you do not achieve anything, both will lead us to attachment. You achieve something, you'll be so attached that you'll always be in the fearful state. I tried hard to become a CEO, but somebody may not snatch this position from me. That's why you put what? Sam, Dam, Danda, Ved. You apply the four principles of Vedic principles. Sam, Dam, Danda, Ved, the Chaitanya Niti, and you want to protect your position. Right? And if it is not achieved, then also you become so attached to this position to achieve this position. I cannot accept defeat. How come I be defeated? I don't want to be a loser. I don't want to be tagged with the loser word, loser in my life. That leads to sammoha. And because of the two precarious condition, greed as well as the failure, the sammoha will lead to forgetfulness that who am I? Who am I? I forget that there is a sambandha, relationship with Krishna. I forget that I am part and parcel of the Prakriti. I forget that I am part and I am a conditioned soul. I forget that I have a limitation. I forget that I have an intention. I forget that I have a purpose in life. And that that forgetfulness will lead us to what? Towards more down and down and down. Krishna bhuliya ji bhagavancha kare, pashate maya tare japutiya thare. At that moment, the Maya will catch hold of us. The Maya will catch hold of us and grab us and allow us to fall further down. And there will be a free fall, spontaneous free fall from that. Sruti Vansa Buddhina Asa Achirena Pradeshyati. And Krishna wants that the word Achirena, that is a spontaneous fall down, free fall. And nobody can stop you from the free fall without parachute. You are falling stripped down to where? To the hellish condition. And the hellish conditions represents the word always fearful state, always in anxiousness state. And this is a very dangerous state, at least for a human being. At least this is a very, very, very dangerous state for a human being. And Krishna warns us, Na atmanam abhashayadet. Never allow your atma to fall down. So what are the things? What is the solution for us? They always, and is it for everybody? Yes, even for the devotees, those who are chanting 60 rounds, always in association with great devotees. But if you're letting loose something, immediately that loose movement, the Maya is observant, very minutely observing, and that Maya will catch you hold. The strength of the chain lying on the weakest link, right? Suppose you are wearing a chain and one of the link is getting compromised, or that is losing that particular chain, the entire chain will get destroyed, right? One small link, that means that link is broken. One small connection is broken. That simple connection will destroy the chain, right? And this wonderfully crafted chain is get destroyed. Similarly, you are taking care of each and everything. You are taking care of your devotional service, chanting, your association, listening. But if you are doing some Vaishnava Aparad, unmindful Vaishnava Aparad, that weakest link, that you are gone. So we should be, Prabhupada says, you should be always careful, always careful. And we should always think that I am not capable enough, I'm not sufficient enough, I do not have that sufficient strength to be staying away from this particular situation. So what is the strength comes from? Where the strength comes from? The strength only comes from Guru. The strength comes from Sadhu. The strength comes from Krishna. That's why Kulashekar says, Samasritaya pada pallavam plavam mahat padam punya jasho murare bhava ambado vasya param padam 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 jat vipadam natesham. The whole world, Dukhala Masaswatam, is always, always, always full of difficult situation. Vipada. Padam padam vipada. Harpal, each and every moment there is vipada, danger. But when you are protected, the moment you are taken shelter of the lotus feet of Murari, that is the only surest state of getting protected by the Vipadas. And in lieu of this, whatever you do, nothing can protect you. Even Srimad Bhagavatam says, even your father, your parents will be watching your child die, watching the child dying in front of them. They cannot do anything. The doctor, the Vaida, is a very favorite patient they have been treating for a long time. Is trying all leaps and bounds to protect this patient. But the patient is lying in front and God does not wish. And he has Sukriti, or maybe he cannot do anything. He has given a third example, the disciple falling down in front of the Guru, and the Guru cannot do anything. Even this three example was given in Srimad Bhagavatam. But what is the surest way? The surest way is to take the shelter of the Lord, Hari. And we can take shelter of Hari indefinitely in three different action. Taking shelter on the lotus feet of the Hari means in this Kali, we need to take shelter of Harinam. Taking shelter of the Harinam with unflinching faith. Taking shelter of Guru in an unflinching way, and taking shelter of the devotee association in an unflinching way. So this is the surest way to protect, keep us protecting ourselves, taking the first responsibility. Uddharet Atmanam. And this is how we can do this. But if you look at this point, how can we do that? That action is very much need to be trained. Our mind is not tuned with that. Our consciousness is not to that level that we accept that particular things. Being in the state of Rajo and Tamasic Buddha for a long time. We don't know how long we have been associated with Rajo and Tamasic Buddhas. Maybe millions and millions birth, millions and trillions of years altogether. But how can that be immediately go away from our mentality? How can we come up out of that condition or that consciousness and abruptly to this excellent, exponentially difficult, that is smooth consciousness, that is Krishna consciousness? That is not possible. That is not possible. And Krishna also accepted this. It is not possible spontaneously. Krishna knows this. The Creator knows this. Brahma knows this. All the acharyas knows that. Knows, all the acharya know that it is not possible for any condition to immediately or spontaneously come out from this cage to the liberated state. In a hellish condition to the very exalted condition, that is not possible. How it is possible? But continuous endeavor. Continuous endeavor. That's why it is described. Atah Shri Krishna Namadi Nam Vedkahya Indriya. It is very, very, very difficult to understand Krishna and to understand the potency of the Krishna Nam in our limited and our imperfect senses. How this is possible? How can you understand the importance? Seva Mukhe Jivadi. The moment we start serving, the serving is our own tongue, Jihva. Seva Mukhe Jivadi. Swarpam Eva Spuratiyat. And gradually the consciousness will be elevated. And it will be done by itself, not by our own effort. It will be done by itself. Krishna will establishing that bhava in the heart. And that is the process. Abhyasena tu kunteya vairagyesya na gihate. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnana shevaya. This is the process of videya. These are the process. But how we can do that? We're taking the shelter of Krishna. We're taking the shelter of Guru. We're taking the shelter of association, devotee association. That is only possible. And what is the importance of this? Let's understand, because we have just recently concluded the Damodar Mahina. That is just yesterday, the last day of the Damodar Mahina, Maas. The month of Damodar was completed yesterday. And we have been hearing Krishna Katha, particularly Damodar Lila, for throughout the month. But let's understand the position of Jasoda Maya. Jasoda Maya has given the importance like nobody has given this, right? Even Brahma, Narad, even Sibji, nobody was given that position. The exalted positions was Jasoda Maya is given. She was given this complete, the devotional service of the Lord. And the Lord could understand this position. And he could give this the ultimate level of bhakti to Jasoda Maya. Right? What to do that? And Acharya says, particularly Sridhar Swami narrated this because of this personal, that is, Vyaktigat, individual level of devotional services. When we are discharging the individual level of devotional services, Krishna become happy, Acharya become happy, and the devotion of Krishna comes through Acharyas. The love of Krishna comes through Acharyas. The love of Krishna comes through Sangha, Sadhu, and Guru. And this is how we get the benefit. But what is particularly for us, those who are in sadhana, we have been trying hard, we have been putting lots of efforts so that we understand the realm of devotional service, and we have been engaged in chanting, we have been engaged in listening, we have been engaged in remembrance, Archa Vigraha Seva, Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnum Smaranam Pada Shivanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atma Nivedanam. We have been engaging and putting a lot of our efforts, right? But here the Acharya says, Jasoda Maya is very, very particular about the individual seva, the Vyaktigat seva. And Guru also wants us to do that. Our all respective gurus, what they want from us, what the demands from us, what the expectation from us. They have not vowed, we have vowed in front of this. That's if you look at this, we all have taken initiation. Most of us have taken initiation. And there is Havan, Jagya happened in front of the fire lord. We vowed that we'll be continuous, and Guru demanded only 3 things or 4 things from us for our own benefits, right? What are the 4 things? The continuous chanting of 16 rounds every day. That is the only demands from Guru, right? And what is the second demands? No illicit sex, no meat eating, no gambling. And if you're not eating meat, is it getting benefit? The Guru is getting benefits? No. It is benefit for you, for your Atma. If you're doing gambling and earning lots of money, is Guru expecting money from you? No. He never says, give me money. He's asking only one thing. Give time for the Krishna, at least 16 rounds in a day. And there is some do nots like no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, right? So these are the 4 principles he's looking for. And all these things are for what? To protect us from the hellish condition. So that we'll not be able to see, we'll never see Jamra's representatives. That's why in Vaishnava Parampara, there are 2 things it is given very beautifully. It is described by Acharyas. Mrityu Sarvasya Hara. Krishna says, I am the death. But you can encounter death in 2 different ways. And what are the 2 different ways? Like the cat is beholding the rat or the mice, right? The cat, very cruelly, the cat is snatching the rat, right? The brutally killing the rat and putting in his mouth and both his teeth, right? This is the one way. And the same cat, when carrying the kitten from one place to another, very carefully, very carefully, the cat will take that kitten from one place to another place. So this is the difference between the 2, the death, the glorious death and the brutal death. And that's why in chapter 8, if you look at the very minutely, there are many times Krishna's Lord has given the word smaran, yam yam api smaranam bhavam tajjayanti kalavaram. Yam yam api smaranam bhavam tajjante kalavaram. Smaranam bhavam, the word smaranam is used. Antakalesha mamevam smaran muktva kalavaram. Smaran muktva kalivaram. You just remember me and you just pass away. Or you left your body. What happened? Sada tad bhava bhavita. You'll definitely getting me. You're definitely coming back to me. That's why in the conclusory statement in chapter 8, in the 9th verse, he says, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam adusmara yuddhasya. You keep on doing fighting in your own world. You keep on doing whatever you are doing. You keep on getting yourself busy. You keep on putting efforts, whatever you are doing. But one thing you should not do is forgetfulness. You do always remember me and do your action. Mam Anusmara, keep on remembering me in each and every action. Keep on remembering me. Put me in each and every situation. Think about me in each and every moment. Juddhasya. It is not easy to fight, remembering Krishna and fight. What is the biggest struggle in the world than fighting in a very big battle or maybe war? We are not in that state. We are living in a very simple day-to-day life. We are not in the warfare. We are not in the war. We are not in the battleground. So what is stopping us? The only thing that's stopping us is our own self. That's why the Brahmanas, the Avantika Brahmana, they prayed to the Lord. What they prayed? They understand, they accepted this fact. They accepted this fact. Nobody in this world, the Brahman is my Satru. What beautiful prayer they did. Nobody in this material world, nobody in this cosmos, the entire cosmos is my Satru, my enemy. Not the demigods, not the demons, no conditions, no environment, no climate, no Pavandev, no Agnidev. Nobody is my Satru. What is my Satru? I myself, my mind is the only Satru for myself. What a prayer. What a kind of acceptance, right? And the moment we start accepting, I have 6 Satrus, elements, which are really degrading me, allowing me to fall down and make us free fall, starting from Vismruti. And where we fall, then that moment is the moment of caution. Oh my God, I've been living life like this. So many years, Kamaesha, Krudayesha, Rajoguna, Samudbhava. I've been associated with the crazy I've been associated with crazy the mode of goodness of the Rajoguna. And because of this continuous source, the unlimited desire is coming in my mind. And because of this, I've been falling down. That moment is the moment of transformation. You start thinking about searching for the solution. So what is the solution? What is the solution? You keep on searching. And what happens? Because if you're putting efforts, Brahmite jadi sadhu vaida pai. You keep on putting efforts, and with your efforts, but fortunately, what happens? You will come across in contact with sadhu vaida, and he will give you the guidance. Oh, this is the disease. Only disease that you have is your forgetfulness, nothing else. Because you forget Krishna, you have been in this condition. So what is the solution? Don't forget Krishna. Remember Krishna. Satatam kirtayantu mam jatantasya drudhaprata. The sadhu will tell you that's only solution. This is the solution. Be associated with Krishna. You can get association of Krishna through devotee. You can get association with Krishna through paraphernalia. You can get the association of the Krishna through Archavigraha. You get association of Krishna most beautifully in this age of Kali. That is in the name of Harinam. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namiptu Kevalam. Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyatha. 17 times Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this instruction, this particular verse. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namiptu Kevalam. Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyatha. The sadhu will tell you, Hare Nam, and he will be very willfully, very willingly, very, very compassionately, he will be extending his support and says, take this solution, take this name, take shelter of this name, and always chant, and all your solution, all your problems will be resolved because of this. Brahmite jadi sadhu vaidapai. And we meet a sadhu, the forgetfulness goes away. And what happened? Atma bodha videya atma will follow the process the sadhu gives to you. Videya atma. The sadhu will give you the instruction to follow the process. Because that is hidden inside the sadhu. Dharmasya eka nihita guhaya mahajanayena gatasya pantha. Prabhupada in this purport of 9th chapter, that is 10th canto, 9th chapter, verse 28, is given very beautifully. The only way to achieve Krishna and the Krishna consciousness, being associated with the sadhus, getting the mercy of the sadhu, there is no other ways. And with the sadhu, you get the Harinam. And with the Harinam, we come out of the disease of forgetfulness. And with the Harinam, we start remembering Krishna. And when we start remembering Krishna, that is the process that we get the Krishna Prasada. That Krishna Prasada will come through Guru Prasada. And Krishna says, Atma Bodha Vidhe Atma Prasadam Madhigachati. And whatever liberated, whatever hellish condition that we have been living so far, we lived so far, we have gone through so far. But Krishna says, with this mercy, Machitta Sarva Durgani Mat Prasadat Tarishisi. With my blessings, everything you can come out to get rid of each and every kind of Durga, all the struggles, all the difficulties, all the precarious conditions, from every conditions will come out. What is the condition? Mat Prasadat. Only by mercy. And Krishna's mercy comes through sadhu mercy. Krishna's mercy comes through Guru mercies. Jasya Prasada, Bhagavat Prasada. Jasya Prasada Nagati Kutopi. And if you're not getting the mercy of Guru, Krishna's mercy will not come. That's why it is the process. That's why Krishna says, Tad vidhi pradipatena pariprashna sevaya. But we are so fearful. I was few days, I've been, for the last few days, I've been in Vrindavan, but it was very, very back-to-back, extremely busy schedule because of the initiation process, continuous classes. And fortunately, we have been able to visit few of these very wonderful places called Bhandirban. We've been to Manas Sarovar. We've been to many good places, but one of the very wonderful things that happens is went to Bansibat. Bansibat is called the heart of Vrindavan, you all know. Like Ras Leela is called the heart of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bansibat is also called the heart of Vrindavan. Why it is called? Because this is the place Krishna, from this Bansi, uh, they played this flute and invited all the gopis all across the entire Brahmand. And all gopis from across the Brahmand got invited from this particular place that is called Bhat. Bhat is called the banyan tree. And by just under the banyan tree, Krishna played the flute and invited all the gopis. And that's why this is the place. This is the place of the devotional service with complete surrender. This is the place of the complete, represent the complete surrender. And there was a lot of, that was around 20, 25 devotees or people that were gathering. And if you look there, in that particular tree, what happens, it is said that if you hear very carefully, you can listen to the flute of Krishna. And people were rushing one after another, well, pushing one another, and they tried to go to and listen, and nobody could hear. Everybody is saying, no, I could not do that. One lady, one mata is saying, मैंने लाइफ में इतने सारे पाप किया है, कहाँ से मुझे मिलेगा? I have done so much of sin. How can I listen? I can be so, I can get the mercy of Krishna. I cannot hear this particular. Who am I to listen? No. But immediately what happened? That caught my attention. Unless you come to the Gopi Bhav, it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam, unless you are in this, the transcendental state of Gopi, you'll not be able to listen the flute of Krishna. And once you hear the Krishna, the sound of the vibration of Venu, you'll be totally detached from this material world. I could remember the verse from Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, the commentary of Srimad Bhagavatam, and I was among the crowd. I don't know what is that, what happens. Immediately that came out my mind. And all the 20, 25 people, those who are rushing, and one of the old gentlemen says, I love my wife so much. Do you mean to that if I listen this Bansi Dhenu, that means I'll be separated from my wife? And immediately, everybody, what happened? Immediately, the 20 out of the 20, 25 people, everybody started coming out. You see, this is the condition. I saw this. This is the practical example how even Krishna is assuring us that if you listen to Venu, you'll be detached from your material world and you'll be attached to me. But what happened? You see the condition here. People are rushing to hear this Venu, but immediately they got to know that if you listen, immediately their material attachment will be go away and it will be attached to Krishna. Immediately what happens? They are stepping away, stepping back. They're going back foot out of fear that what happens if I get associated with Krishna? My material life will be detached. So this is our condition. We all know it is very, very, very sublime, akasti. It extremely transcendental to hear the glory of the Lord and getting attached to the Lord. But side by side, we are very much fearful that something may snatched away from me. My material comfort, my material enjoyment, my wealth, everything will be snatched away from me. Let me not go that way. I'm stumbbound on that particular moment. I'm sorry for that because I came in between the people, those who are willing to listen the Venu, eager to hear the Venu. But in the meantime, I was very, very, very astonished how instantly people get fearful, not getting associated with Krishna, but getting dissociated from the material world. Because this is the condition, this is the example, life example, how we all of us think, aham mameti. Whatever of mine is everything for me. My wife, my family, my wealth, my house, everything is for me. It is mine. And it is fixed and it is for permanent. And This is not other than in other places. This is exactly in the heart of Vrindavan. And that really astonished me. And I just looked inside me and, oh my Lord, am I also in the same position? And this is the live example that how much fearful and it shows our attachment to the material world is. But Krishna says, Vishaya vinivartante nirharasya dehina. Rasho varyam rashopasya param drishtva nivartate. Unless we get the taste of the higher taste of the Krishna consciousness, we cannot be detached from the material consciousness. But the Krishna consciousness comes from whom? From the Guru, Sadhus, Sastra. And when we take the first step, as described in Damodar Lila, the very first step, our inquisitiveness, Lolluptam, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitamati, Kriyatam api jadi kutopi labhyate. That rasa, the transcendental mallow of Krishna Bhakti, if it's getting sold somewhere, Lolyam, it be extremely inquisitive and go away and grab it and pay whatever price that you want to give it. But they does not require any price. The only price required is their shraddha, inquisitiveness. Lolyam, loluptata. And this is the surest way that you can be staying protected and you don't have to look towards the hell. The only thing that we will be looking is upward, upward and upward. Uddhare tatmanam atma. And Prabhupada says this is the only way is to stay away from the bad association. Always seek devotee association. Always seek good association. And Prabhupada at the very last moment he says, be a Brahmana. Come to the stage of Swaddha Sattva. That is the expectation from Prabhupada. That is the expectation from our gurus. That is the expectations from our parampara. This is the only expectation from our parampara. Prabhupada always wanted us to be Brahmin, all initiated devotees to be Brahmin, so that we can be, as a landmark, role model for the society, and we can preach our Krishna consciousness, not through our words, not through beautiful, flowery language of the Veda, but through demonstrating through our behavior, whatever we are doing. Just looking at us, people will get attracted. And the flow of Krishna consciousness will go through like this. Hare Krishna, it is already 8:15. My apologies, Prabhu. And if you have any questions or anything, I request your comments or maybe any beautiful insights that you all have, you can please share that. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, if you can unmute others.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for the very nice class. I request the devotees to share their comments or questions or reflections, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandot Pranam. I have very, very basic question. Maybe you will laugh at it. The body will be burnt, no Prabhu.
Right, Mataji.
I now say the body is being stitched. Sometimes I feel, is it an allegorical thing which is happening? It is most of these hells and that thing what is done, punishment given. So body is, here only it is burnt, no Prabhu.
Haribol. Mataji, this question was very much expected. I was expecting this question. What happened after the death? That if you look at the Garud Puran, it is described very elaborately. The body has got 3 levels, right? Annamaya kosha, Manamaya kosha, and Karana kosha. That is 3 levels. The 3 avaran of the Atma. And the body that we are dying, that is made up of Bhumi, Apo, Anala, Vayu, Kham. These 5 elements. And we are casting away the 5 elements through our body. But the second level, the Manamaya kosha, the Man, Buddhi, Ahankar level, it remains. And also Karana kosha is also be there. There are 2 more layers. But while you are casting away your body, that Sukma body will go. And if you read it properly, this is in fact out of the scope of discussion because of the time constraint. If you look at it, you will also be given a Sukma Avaran in the form of a body by the Jamraj, according to your karma. And the body that you can experience through that body, you can experience the pain and pleasure both.
Okay.
And that body will never be, for example, this body, suppose we are getting you are a doctor yourself, you understand there is something mishappen. Suppose there is an accident, right? The body undergo pain, or maybe we will lose that body. Suppose one limb is gone, another limb will not form, right? Or one hand is gone, the hand will not come. The artificial, unless you put the artificial body. But if you might have seen Hindi movie or maybe English movie, or maybe one gone that immediately after a few seconds another body, another hand will generate it. We see that in Hindi movie or English movie, right? Even in, I don't know, I don't remember that particular movie, the Iron Man or maybe some other man, some in movies, Hollywood movie you can see. If you just put down, that means Sylvester Stallone, that means he was putting gone and the body getting completely devastated. But again, after a couple of minutes, again it'll come back. Terminator. Yeah, exactly. The Terminator. The similar body will be given, and the Terminator body will undergo the pain and pleasure both. And that's why I keep on stitching, and you're undergoing pain after pain and pain after pain. But still, you feel the pain till your time gets over. That has been described in Garud Puran Mataji. So this is how the body, you'll be given another body. That body will give you pain. You'll undergo the pain. You'll undergo lots of pains through that body. But the body will not be finished unless the time and your punishment tenure is over. Okay. That's what you've been hearing. Yeah, in Srimad Bhagavatam as well as in Garud Puran.
Sometimes I feel that the hell and heaven is here only in this earth when the things which you go through.
Right, Mati. That is, both of them are true. Even we undergo this pain and pleasure and we go through the hellish condition in our life, right, Mati? That is also one analogy. But the hell, the way that we are looking the life, for example, it is wonderfully asked, this question was asked, Dasarath Maharaj, he was looking at Ashtabakra Muni and says, he just came out from the dream. He saw the dream, the beautiful dream, and immediately wake up and see the whole world. So he asked this question to his guru, says, oh my guru, I saw the dream and I felt as if everything is normal and everything, whatever say in the dream, is actually normal as I'm looking at current life. I'm experiencing which one is truth. The dream that I saw in during my sleep, or the dream that I'm looking at this now. And what the Guru says, both of them are unreal. You see, both of them are unreal. He never says this is the real and that is not real. No, both of them are unreal. This body is also undergoing through material world. This is also unreal things. But what is reality? The reality, what Rishabdev says, Tapo Dipyam Putraka Jena Suddheta Satta Jasmin Sukham Anantam. This is the only reality. When you come to your real original position, that is the only reality for Atma. And what it is established in Vaikuntha and Golok Vrindavan. Otherwise, everything is unreal. And we are living in an unrealistic matrix world, like 6-dimensional matrix world. Hare Krishna Mataji. There is a lot of things to discuss on this, but because of the time, it was strained.
Prabhu, one last question. Vamshivat is heart of Vrindavan. Which is the heart of Bhagavatam?
The Spanchara, the Gopi Geet, the Panch, 5 topics, right, Mataji?
Yeah.
Yeah. Including this Ras, Maharas.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Dandavad
Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam. Thanks for the wonderful class and congratulations, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thank you.
So what you explained just now is that Yatana Sharira, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Jatana Sarir. Exactly, Mataji. Jatana Sarir. The Jatana Sarir undergoes through pain and pleasure both. But this is temporarily even given a temporary arrangement by the Jamadut, so that we undergo the pain, we experience that pain, but with the tenure it goes away, cast away again, and you'll be given another body when you finish your tenure for that. Okay.
Thank you. In this Panchikarna also they say, what exactly that is Panchikarna, Prabhu?
Sorry, Mataji.
Panchikarna, they say, no, all these Panchabhutas will get merged into
Yes, Mataji. Respective Bhuta,
Mahabhuta.
Mahabhuta. And if you read that chapter, 12th chapter, 12th canto, 24th chapter, 24th Mataji, sorry, 11th canto, 24th chapter, you'll see the sequence, how this get accumulated, well, going back, the Prithivir, Gandha, and all these terms, and finally only the sound comes, sound vibration. Get everything it carries and get what do you call sprayed across this khang in the form of the sound vibration. And that's why the sound vibration is called the ultimate things that we can offer to the Lord. And that's why the best wonderful sound vibration is Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Arjun Sakha Prabhu. Rani Mataji, just I want to, Prabhuji, can I add one comment, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu, please, Hare Krishna. Please, Prabhu.
When my mother recently passed away,
Yes.
this 12-day sanskara was done, Mataji.
Yes.
So the Purohit was explaining, like after the sanskara, in the 12 days, when what they do is for the Yatana Sharira, actually, they give that Sharira through that sanskara, to the mantras, and they give the sanskara, and every day we do Pindadan, and that's the, bhojan for them. And 12th day, these were the normal, souls. Devotees, it is different, but he was explaining about that, like exactly what Prabhuji said. He was mentioning it's all in the Garuda Puran, the Uttarakanda, somewhere he was telling. That's why in our culture, when somebody passes away, they actually read Garuda Purana for 12 days daily, describing the family priest. They used to tell which chapters to read, like that. I think now we lost that culture. So I think we have Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita.
No, probably we also read Prabhu Garuda Purana. No, but I think I've not paid attention, but I should.
Yes, Mataji. And the wonderful part of Garud Puran, Mataji, that's the last time, the final conclusion that Garud has given, instructed is, what is the best way? He says, for a devotee, all the karma kanda for 12 days that we are doing is not required for a devotee, those who have taken shelter for the Lord. And the only food for them is to Harinam, the Naam, the name, the Lord of the name's Lord. If any relatives, they're chanting the Harinam, and during that time, it does not require anything, but the Harinam will give the strength, and the Harinam will give this protection so that he can go reach to his destiny. And also protect from the Jamdanda. It is concluded in Garuda Puran. If you listen it carefully, the last chapter, there is a very wonderful message Garuda has given, the discussion has given. Thank you very much, Prabhu. And my, sorry to hear this, Prabhu. Yeah, thank you,
for your sharing and wonderful questions. We'll end today's session with the Vaishnava Pranam, Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya
Prabhu. Kripa sindhu bhayavacha. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णवृंद की जय, जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.